Well, welcome back to another episode. We thought we'd do something a little bit different this time.
This is Hapnin emptynesters coming to you for a new episode.
And we are going to give you a review on all of our favourite free camps in New South Wales.
That's right. We started in Queensland, dropped into New South Wales. We had an awesome time. Really did surprise me, New South Wales, because I was thinking, meh, but here we go.
Here's our top 10 in no particular order. Starting with our first free camp in New South Wales, and it was a cracker, and it was my favourite for nearly the whole time. It was?
Cangi Bridge.
Oh, what a place.
I know, we jumped on Wiki Camps, which we absolutely love.
The Bible.
That's right. Headed out to Cangi and we got our first spotto. As travellers, we got our first spotto from other travellers who told us to go there. We were already going there, so it was a win-win, and it was spectacular.
Now, it has no facilities, so don't think you're going to be getting anything. No toilets, nothing, but what does it have?
Look, it's got an awesome river. It's got nice grass. It's got cows, because it is on a farmer's property, so you must respect that. You can have a fire, which we did, which is absolutely fantastic. And like I said, we met those other people and camped there with those guys.
And we actually have made great friends.
That's
with
right. So that's
Chris and
Marsha from Lost Off Grid and Callum and Meg from the Outback Nomads.
So yeah, they were our first people that we met travelling, and so it sort of made Cangi extra special. But hey, you could camp right on the banks of a beautiful river.
Oh, it was fresh though. We went for a swim, very fresh.
Campfire, sunset, right. What else could you ask
We stayed a little extra than we wanted to just because it was so good, so relaxing. It's just an absolute nice spot to go to.
Now, I have to say, most of these free camps are more towards the coast of New South Wales, because we sort of zigzagged down the coast. We did zigzag.
We didn't just want to do everybody's just go straight around the coast, because it's very expensive on the coast. Finding spots...
No free camps
that's right,
really on the
really hard.
coast.
And free camps is pretty much non-existent. So we zigzagged in and out to catch as much as we could see, and we zigzagged into Waterfall Way.
Yes, so we didn't go all the way inland. So if you're looking for free camps inland, sorry, we didn't quite get there.
There's some absolute crackers in there,
yeah.
But yes, we got in as far as Tamworth, but on Waterfall Way, we passed Dorrigo. There's some awesome falls. It's got the most scenic dump point in Australia, I reckon,
yes,
at Dorrigo. Out to Wollomombi and camped at Wollomombi, the little town itself. It's had a little park, which was really nice. There was toilets we could walk down to, and we bought tea at the little shop because it's sort of a dying town, so it's great to help them out. Had sheep.
As Cain said, it wasn't something that you would be going, whoa, we want to go to the Wollomombi rest area.
Wollomombi.
Oh, I can never say the name. But it's not a place you go, oh, I want to go visit that. But because you want to see all these beautiful waterfalls on Waterfall Way, what a great way to have a free camp, not have to pay anything, and it's a rest area. It had everything we needed. You just walk down to the toilets just down the road near the shop.
Right, yeah. It's a really great little spot to camp along the way, to check the Waterfall Way out, which is fantastic. It's a must. Get there, check them waterfalls. It blew my mind.
Cain's in love with the waterfalls, but yeah, the rest stop was nice and scenic, quiet, everything you need along the way. The next one that we went to was Bulga
Reserve. It's like an old cricket oval. It's a tiny little town again, just off, well, it's in the Hunter Valley, but just off the wineries.
So we wanted to explore the Hunter Valley area, and as you know, you can spend a lot of money doing that. So we wanted to save a little bit of money. And Cain found, again, on Wiki Camps, this reserve free.
That's right.
It has toilets.
It did have toilets.
Playground. Did it have barbecues?
I thought it had barbecues. It does have barbecues and that there. Look, there is permanents dotted around the corners. I don't know if they're still there, but whether the council moves them on or not. But we weren't fazed by them at all. They kept to themselves.
Yeah, no
and we were
problems.
able to get in and check out all the wineries, some of the historic stuff in the region. We stayed extra there as well, but in the end we had to get out of Hunter Valley because we were just spending too much money in the Hunter Valley.
And again, though, it was another beautiful scenic view. Like in the background, there was these beautiful mountains. We had beautiful sunsets there. It was just a nice place to chill.
It really was. We then went to Mendooran.
As you can see, this is the real zigzag.
We zigzagged. We were heading out to Dubbo to go to the Dubbo Zoo. We got to Dunnydoo, which we really liked, but there's nowhere to free camp around there.
Dunnydoo, do better, because they could have a beautiful free camp there.
So we ventured off the Golden Highway, which is well worth the drive, off the Golden Highway out to a bit more of a popular place called Mendooran. It's got a lot of the grey nomads go through that way from Dubbo north or south. And it was another absolute gem of a spot.
Look, it's probably not as picturesque as some of the other ones that we've stayed at, but it had everything you needed and heaps of room.
That's right, it did have heaps of, there was grass, you could have fires there, there were toilets, there was a dump point there, I believe.
Yes, there was a dump point there. There was a river either side of us. So.
And you can walk into town and check out the pub or go to the pub for tea.
Yeah, we heard the pub was meant to be pretty good.
A bit of historical stuff there as well. So Mendooran, awesome little spot for a free stopover.
Yep, definitely. And then after we visited Dubbo, we were heading back. We were getting a bit worried because the school holidays were coming up and we wanted a place a bit out of the way so we'd avoid all the school holiday rush and crowds. And so we went in and found this tiny little town called
Sofala.
Oh, what a cracker.
It's an old gold mining town. That whole area is an old gold mining area. So, you know, for anyone who's keen on possibly doing their own little bit of fossicking, I'm not sure what the rules are, but it was all there. We camped at
Crossley Bridge.
Crossley Bridge, right at Sofala, just over the bridge from Sofala.
Just before you go into town. Just be aware, if there's a lot of rain coming, it does flood. We had the waters rise a little, but after we left, probably about a month afterwards, the entire campsite flooded. So if it's big rain coming, maybe not the best camp, but otherwise,
it's on a beautiful river. The water again was freezing cold. I did swim. It's clear. It's just really nice. It had a nice sort of little bit of a cliff backdrop.
There's a little theme here. We do love water when we free camp.
We do love water when we free camp. There are other campgrounds around Sofala a bit further, sort of just out of Sofala, that are really nice as well, but just due to the rain and the flooding, we thought there was the best spot for us.
I actually thought it was the prettiest spot, actually. Some of the ones out of town weren't quite as pretty. There is no facilities, nothing at all.
No, there's toilets in Sofala, so you've got to walk across the bridge to go to the toilet.
If you need the toilet and you don't have your own, you do have to walk
self-sufficient. If you're self-sufficient, all these spots are just...
Well, that's what we find. Yep. We have our own shower, toilet, we carry heaps of water, we have heaps of power, so it makes camping in these spots a whole lot easier.
That's right. And we really didn't get the crowds we were expecting, so it just, a lot of boxes ticked, and it's half an hour out of Bathurst, so we shot in for Annie's ice cream.
And then we decided we wanted to go check out Orange. There's some caves and that there Cain wanted to check out. So we found this little spot called Macquarie Woods Rec Area.
I know. Thank you to Chris and Marsha for this one, because they were the ones that actually, they were the ones that gave us the heads up on that one.
Again, another free spot. It is massive.
It is massive. You will not have a problem getting a spot to camp there. It is massive. It is grassy. You can have your selection of anywhere you want.
There's several toilet blocks.
That's right. Again, there's a few permanents dotted around there, but you can camp well away from them. You can have fires, and if you've got bikes or even a full drive, you can ride or drive some of them
some great
forestry trails.
Trails. Yeah, we had fun on the e-bikes around those.
We really did.
So again, another free spot, and it's not far from anywhere, so you can even use it as a base to go do some day trips around and explore.
That's right, it's a top spot. We wanted to go to the Blue Mountains. I've always wanted to go to the Blue Mountains. Getting a free camp there is near on impossible, except Lake Wallace at the bottom of the hill, Lithgow, just out of Lithgow. It is...
Well...
it's a debate whether it's awesome or not.
It could have been one of our really good camps, but it also is one of our worst camps.
Look, the scenic outlook, the actual dam itself.
The camp area, beautiful.
Showers, there's toilets, there's a dump point.
And it's all free.
That's right, and it's all free, and it is absolutely fantastic. It does get very busy. If it wasn't busy, it would be one of the best.
But we went on the end of the school holidays and a long weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And it started off beautiful, and then it got ridiculously busy, and then you got the ones that we were told called the Lithgow rats
we were told the locals from Lithgow's, the Lithgow rats turned up, and they just wanted to shoot ducks with bows and arrows, drink all night, drag canoes through the car park.
The toilets were disgusting. There was just rubbish everywhere. And people blame campers, but this was definitely more locals just coming out to have a long weekend and no rules applied to them.
That's the sad reality, really, because Lake Wallace is an awesome spot. It's just the locals did wreck us for us. So hopefully you guys have a better experience when you go there and stay. And it is awesome just to duck up half an hour up and you're seeing the Blue Mountains, the Three Sisters, Wentworth Falls, you name it. They're fantastic.
Because it's really, I think, quite expensive to have accommodation up there and really hard to find somewhere if you've got a caravan. So it is definitely another option for exploring that whole area.
We even ducked out to Jenolan Caves from Lake Wallace, so it served our purpose really well. That's right.
Now, I told you Cangi was my favourite free camp, and that was until we hit Tumut and we went to Jones Bridge camp.
Is it Jones or Glen Jones?
No, Jones Bridge.
Jones Bridge.
Jones Bridge, yep. It was spectacular.
It's right on the Tumut River. I mean, right on the river.
Was it actually free?
Look,
it wasn't quite.
You pay a donation for the people that come out and mow the grass and that.
Yep.
It's 48 hour, but if you're really nice and there's not many there, you can talk to those volunteers and they will allow you to stay a little bit longer.
Look, they just don't want permanent staying.
That's right.
So if you're staying for 4 nights instead of 2 and you put in a decent donation, they're quite happy with that. They don't want people staying there for months.
How much you donate is entirely up to you.
But they look after it, they keep it really nice.
That's right. So in some ways people might say, I didn't donate anything, it was free. But we did because it was fantastic and they were really nice to us and let us stay those extra couple of days. And it was Tumut, fantastic.
At Jones Bridge, there is again no facilities. So there's no toilets or anything like that. But what was it, a 10-minute drive back into Tumut?
Yeah, it's only 10 minutes back into Tumut.
10 minutes back into Tumut, there was public toilets on this side of Tumut right near us, and there was a beautiful dump point. So, well, as much as dump points can be beautiful, it was easy to do that. And we spent a fair bit of money in town. Like, we did our grocery shopping, filled up with fuel, all that sort of stuff.
We did. So we even went out to lunch, so.
Yep. And then just up the road, we didn't get very far. We were heading up to Kosciuszko Way and we just hit the Blowering Dam and...
I don't think we did 20 Ks.
And we found the Lakeside camp. Now, most of the camps along the Blowering Dam are part of the national park and you have to pay a fee. But Lakeside Camp is just one of those few that is not really attached. It's sort of a undesignated sort of area, but you're allowed to camp there.
Just happened to see Lifestyle Pioneers had camped at that spot and I wanted to check it out.
We didn't actually realise till after we'd pulled up and went, this looks really familiar to something we've seen.
It was the exact spot they camped at and it is right on the water. You open up the door, you step into the water.
So amazing. Again, as you can probably see, the views right on the water was fantastic. Yep. Finding a level spot for a van is probably the hardest bit.
But we were the only ones there, so...
We had plenty of room, plenty of time to work that out. And again, no facilities, so you've got to be fully self-contained. Really, the rule of thumb is if you're going to do free camping, you should be going in pretty self-contained.
Look, yes. Yeah.
That's our rule of thumb anyway. And our final free camp...
It's no longer available.
Yeah, it's a shame. We wanted to show you it anyway.
It's not the most picturesque, but it was raining. The rains just pushed us all the way, and we got to Cooma.
Yes, and at Cooma we stayed at, it was on Wiki Camps, the old railway station. So it was all bitumen.
The old hard stands, the old parking hard stand out front. So like I said, it's not picturesque and beautiful, but it really did protect us from the rain. It wasn't muddy or boggy.
It was so easy we spent a couple of days there exploring Cooma. Unfortunately now though we've been told that the old railway sold and they've actually taken it off.
I think the new owners had bought it when we were there, and I think they were just sort of making some changes and that, so...
Yeah, so obviously they didn't want the camping there, which is, I think they're making it into something, you know, a tourist attraction sort of thing.
It's a really nice old railway yard, so that'd be nice.
You can understand it, make a nice tourist attraction, but that's one thing Cooma is lacking. There wasn't a huge amount of caravan parks there, and like if they had a free camp or a showgrounds camp or something like that, I think it would be really good.
Certainly if it's got some of the elements like rain forcing people to slow down and stop.
So they're our top 10 in no particular order, but I throw in a few bonuses because, you know, we like you guys and we want to show you a few of the places that we really loved on our
we got
exploration of New South Wales.
There are some absolute rippers here.
Now there's some cheap camps. So these are ones that we didn't have to pay a lot of money for. And most of them are national parks.
That's right. Just be aware in New South Wales, national parks, they're different prices. So the better the park, the more you pay.
Or the more popular
the more popular, the more you pay.
Some of these used to be free, but I think this came in with COVID and it's just stayed. It's a $6 booking fee. Now we have learned a tip. The $6 booking fee, you can book for a whole week. So we just booked it for the whole week and then we could choose if we wanted to stay 1 night, 3 nights, 7 nights. So there's a tip, $6 for a whole week, that's pretty good value. Our first one we stayed at was Apsley Falls Campground.
It was Apsley, yes.
Yes, it was beautiful to go explore the falls.
We weren't going to stay there, we drove in.
Yeah, we were just going to look at the falls, that was it.
And thought, no, this is really nice.
Have a look at the reviews. We had to go change our booking.
We did.
Because our site, someone said, I think it was campsite 10, the best campsite. Was right next to the toilet and absolutely no view. It was not the best campsite. Have a look for the Hapnin Empty Nesters review. I have gone through a fairly extensively and said which are the better ones.
I think we were on 4, but really 1, 2.
1 and 2 were the best, but there was other people there, yeah. I think we were on 4 and we still had a pretty nice view.
Absolutely
and
fantastic.
Heaps of room for our vans.
And they got wood there, toilets.
Yeah, toilets, so yep, that's definitely there. The other national parks that we loved was on the Kosciuszko National Park.
No, that was probably my favourite was probably going up there.
We have fell in love with the high country doing New South Wales. But so first of all, we headed to Yarrangobilly. It had toilets on one side, but we actually camped on the other side.
Right on the water again. It's all water. The camping there is really nice. There's grass, there's toilets, you name it. It's all there. It is super picturesque.
So that's $6. So you could stay there for a week if you like. Then we headed up to Long Plains, which is like man from Snowy River country.
It really was. As the saying goes, Long Plains, there is long grass plains.
With these beautiful mountains in the background, like sunrise was gorgeous.
It's just sensational.
Yep. So, and that was another $6. So you could have stayed there for a week. So it's 2 weeks for $12 so far. And then our third one was the 3 Mile Dam.
3 Mile Dam, another really nice spot right near the Selwyn ski resort.
Yes, yep. You could go for big hikes around there. We took our e-bikes for a big ride. You could paddle in the dam.
It's got the smaller sort of gum trees or woodlands. Just it had that really nice feel when it was foggy or drizzly or whatever.
It looked like snow country.
It really did. Yeah. All of it looked like snow country. So
it had toilets. All of them had toilets. That's the only facilities. But again, it was only $6. So for 3 weeks, you could do Kosciuszko National Park and it cost you $18 for your camp.
There's plenty to see up there too, so don't think you're just sitting at that camp because there's a lot of spots you can drive to and see from your camp.
Now, did we do 3 weeks?
No,
we did about 5 days. We did 5 days because the weather was coming in and we had to get out of there, but it definitely could do 3 weeks. cheap camps?
No, not so much cheap camps. There were some people that looked after us, but there's some really good paid camps too that we went to.
Look, we
just have to mention.
We don't stay in many caravan parks or paid camps. We tend to try and, you know, save money and spend them in other areas when we're travelling. But these 3 places that we stayed at were crackers. We loved them all. First one was, and I'm going to say this wrong, Tyalgum. Tyalgum. It was our first camp.
Straight out of the scenic rim of Queensland. Straight into Tyalgum. You've got Lamington behind you. You've got the Mount Warning in front of you. You've got just mountains, grass, scenery.
The vista was beautiful.
And it did have a little river behind us too.
And it had a platypus in it.
It had multiple platypus in it.
Platypi. So, it was $25 a night, unpowered, which now I'm so looking at going, oh, that's a bit expensive.
Right, but
worth it, wasn't it?
Look, the facilities there were absolutely immaculate. Clean, showers, toilets.
Beautiful.
We didn't have fire. We didn't have power.
Yes.
But it was green grass and we decided to stay the extra day or so just to relax.
I'd pay $25 just to see the platypus, to tell you the truth, because I love platypus. The next one.
Well, the next one is probably
our favourite.
Yeah, it's probably our favourite of all, even though it cost us $18 a person, I think. You don't get power. There is toilets and showers there.
And they were really nice.
They are really nice. It's Jasper Reserve.
At Billy Grace Reserve in Jasper. And the caretakers at the moment are Paul and Jen.
And they are awesome people. They put us
friendly.
on the best campsite at Billy Grace.
Now,
I believe they put others on our spot first.
Like Big Oz or Elnick might tell you that it was their spot, but we were there first, okay? But yeah, it was so much to explore. Like we went and had a look at Mickalong Reserve.
Mickalong's beautiful too.
There's the one with the swinging bridge, and there's another one just near it.
We saw platypus at Swinging Bridge.
Randomly.
And the other massive one for Jasper, it was the first time ever I have got to see a wombat in the wild.
It was right near where we camped. Cain would just go and spend half his day
If you want to see
wombat.
that, check out a YouTube on it. It's where I hunt the wombat.
It is wombat hunting for sure. And our last one that we've just been to, and is one of my favourite caravan parks, was Garden of Eden.
Garden of Eden. In Eden.
In Eden. Who would have thought?
Says it. I know, in Eden, or just on the edge of Eden, but it's...
Now, it cost us $36 a night, which is pretty good for a caravan park.
Power water.
But just make sure they are an independent caravan park, but they still give you a discount. So if you are with Big Four, G'day Parks, or there's another one I can't think of.
They'll honour all the discounts without having to pay the fees to get those discounts.
It's cheaper for them to just say, hey, flash your card. And so, I think it was about $40 a night, and we got it down to $36 because of that.
They were really nice too.
Every facility you could want there.
The facilities were really clean. They played music, just the old type of rock music in the toilet. So if you're a little noisy in the toilet, it's all drowned out with the music.
Toilet
it was
humification.
That's right. They had
mini golf. They had little
tennis
trampolines.
Courts.
Swimming pool, 2 rec areas. It was massive.
It was massive, and we got a really good spot.
And I wouldn't call it, it's not like in the centre of Eden, but it's close enough that you can ride or walk to most of the attractions.
We did to the museum, the lookouts, you name
it.
The
beaches. Yep. So definitely somewhere we would hit up. Now, we have over 20 YouTube episodes just doing New South Wales. So we would love, if you want any more information, go check them out. There's heaps to go see. Or comment below. You know how much we love talking.
Right. Look, we do. Look, our channels aren't exactly informative of this, and this. We like to live our lives and have fun. It's still got all the information there that you'll need in a very fun sort of manner.
So comment below, ask us any questions. We would love to answer any of your questions. Otherwise, please hit the subscribe button because we have so many more adventures
like our
to share.
Stuff. Make sure you like that. Likey.
I like the subscriptions.
Right.
He likes the likes.
And because we love hearing from you guys and we do love talking, just whack a comment in there and we'll respond to it.
But next week, tune in because we are hitting Victoria. Yeah, Victoria, baby. We will see you there.
Bye.
We are recording, finally. This is take 2, by the way. So let's see if we can get it going in take 2.
And?
Oh, I was just waiting for you to take a breath, sorry.
Intermission because somebody needs
Coughing
pops
break.
and drinks.
Okay.
They're doing too much talk.
Well, just let the wind pass. It's been good. You've been good, wind. You've been holding off. Can you just give us 5 more, please? Just 5. Okay. Should we do that bit again because of the wind? I know it just blew then. Or is it just coming up too much?
It's probably coming up a little bit much. Now.
Okay.
It's probably building.
I'm finishing off. How was I going to do that again? Well, we were going to say, go away, wind. 2 more minutes. Come on, 2 more minutes.
2 more minutes, 10 more minutes ago.
Yes, yes, yes.